My late 20s going into my early 30s has definitely been one of the loneliest periods of my life.
Do people in this generation just not go on dates anymore?
We talk about how exhausting being single is. If you are an attractive person, and when I say attractive, really attractive, you just won't get chased by men.
Anytime a man has to chase a woman, he has already lost. Why chase something that's running?
Loneliness. I'm sure we've all felt it at some point. I think I'm going through a real dark period.
The downside of being attractive is they don't even try. She's out of my league. She's not gonna give me the time of the day.
These days, being alone hits different.
If only women understood why men stopped dating, maybe they would change their attitudes. Kindly subscribe to the channel as it further supports us in our work. Thank you.
Do we have to sleep with provider men? You don't have to do anything you don't want to do in this life. Okay, queen? I went to his house after a month, but he was dusty plus bipolar. You should have been able to tell that, like, literally within the first week of dating him.
I love those special little moments where I'm feeling lonely, and so I determined that the best course of action would be to isolate myself, because that ought to help.
Can I just be real for a second? I'm tired of being an independent girly. I'm not talking about buying my own shit or paying my own bills. I ain't asked about all that stuff. I don't want presents. I don't want gifts. I don't want to be bought shit. I am tired of coming home to an empty home after I've had a really shit fucking day and not having someone to just be my safe space and just be my space away from the world and all of the fucking stupid adult shit I need to do and all the personal admin I need to get done and everything that's just overwhelming, and just someone to say that I'm doing good enough, and just someone to, the world just stops with them. Or even when I've had a really great day and I have someone to tell, someone just to say I'm doing good enough. Oh, gangster.
What this woman is craving is intimacy and genuine connection. She mentioned she's tired of coming home to an empty house, with no one there to welcome her or share her day with. She's exhausted from the loneliness, the deafening silence of solitude, and the lack of companionship. It's not just about physical presence, it's about emotional closeness, having someone to talk to. Honestly, some men feel the same way too. They also crave that deep connection and the comfort of knowing someone genuinely cares for them. The difference is that many men often bottle it up, choosing to suck it up and push through their feelings because society has conditioned them to believe they must always appear strong and unaffected. But this is how loneliness is affecting many of these strong and independent women today. This right here is what most of them don't show when behind the scene.
I will never understand how people are chronically in relationships. I just don't understand how you can find multiple people that you want to date. Because my picky ass over here has not found one singular man in 23 years that I want to be with. So like how girls are finding men back to back blows my mind.
If you are an attractive person, and when I say attractive, I mean really attractive, did you know that you just won't get chased by men? Like, men will not chase you, they won't approach you, they won't really do much with you. And I know this is gonna mess with your head when I say this, but this only means that you are very attractive. Because men will approach women they deem to be kind of easy. They know that they can only go after a woman that is someone on the same physical level and league as them. If they deem you to be so attractive and just completely out of their league, then you're going to intimidate them enough to not approach you. So if you don't get approached a lot by men in clubs or whenever you're even like just going out grocery shopping or at school, don't worry, because you are actually very attractive to the point to which you literally repel men because they're scared of you and they know that you're either taken or you are going to very much reject them.
A lot of women's complaints today center around the idea that men stare at me but won't approach me. But why would they? Just because a man glances in your direction doesn't mean he's obligated to approach or even interested enough to do so. Many women today, just like this woman here, claim that men won't approach them because they find their beauty intimidating. But let's be honest, that's a convenient lie some women tell themselves to avoid facing the reality of the situation. These men might simply not be interested, or they might feel that the effort to approach isn't worth it anymore, given how modern dating has evolved. The truth is, staring doesn't always equate to attraction or intent. Men could be observing or even zoning out without any deeper meaning behind it. To assume every man who looks your way should approach you is not only unrealistic, but feeds into the delusion that women are automatically entitled to attention and effort.
Women say they hate all men. Like, I don't give a fuck. Like, I don't care. You should. Yeah, absolutely.
Nobody cares what ugly chicks think.
I'll never say, like, oh, not all men. Like, I do think it's all.
You fat.
Ouch. I've said before, they're all guilty until proven innocent in my eyes.
I think they should start in prison and work their way out.
Ancus Marcius built the first prison. A man.
Anyone just cry because they just want to feel loved. They just want to find the one. Like, why am I never good enough? Why do guys just want the dirt? Like, Lord, help me. I'm 20 years old, I know. Okay, I got a whole life ahead of me. I just want to find the one. I thought I was going to get married young and have kids. The girl things.
I get really lonely. And I don't mean to like post this to be like, wow, look at me. I know there's other people that feel similar situations as me, and I don't know, sometimes I just get really in my head and I get super overwhelmed and I wonder like, when is it actually going to happen for me? And it's one of those things that's like so out of your control that, I don't know, it's just like, I'm just sick of being alone. And it's been a really long time, and I think it doesn't help that I've just like lost a lot of people in my life recently, and it just feels like it just makes me feel like I'm not worthy. I don't know. I think sometimes we see so much stuff on social media and on the internet, and it makes us feel even more isolated because we're constantly comparing ourselves. But I just wanted to remind you that if you also feel this way, you're not alone. I don't know wherever you are or what you're going through, but at least know that I'm in the trenches with you, and I am doing so much better in my life right now, just like mentally, physically. And I still have days where I feel really sad and I feel like this, and it's super frustrating.
This woman has been featured on the channel before, and she's been single all her life, never had a boyfriend. Right now, she's having a breakdown because she feels lonely, unworthy, and defeated by the fact that she just can't find love in her life at 30. Her emotions are raw, and she's battling an overwhelming sense of emptiness that has built up over the years. I think the loneliness is coming from the fact that she hasn't found her husband yet. Her life feels incomplete, like there's a missing piece she just can't seem to find. Her breakdown is rooted in this growing fear that she might never meet the man who completes her picture of happiness. Every failed date, every year that goes by without finding the one, chips away at her confidence and leaves her feeling more isolated. She craves not just love, but the stability, purpose, and fulfillment that she associates with being a wife.
Do people in this generation just not go on dates anymore? Like, I genuinely feel like anytime I find a guy that I'm interested in, they'll never make that full gesture to go on a date. Like, they'll say they want to go on a date or we should go on a date, but they don't actually plan and ask to go out on a date. Like, they don't make the full effort. They're just words, they're just lingering words in the air. Nothing ever happens. I don't know, I just feel like it's very sad. You know, like, I personally think it's because of this generation. Social media is so big, so there's so much variety out there. They see so many different people, so many different options, and they're like, okay, I don't want to be tied down to just one option, I want multiple. They want all the flavors of ice cream. But you know what? If you find one good flavor of ice cream, that will never let you down. That one flavor of ice cream, you can always count on that flavor of ice cream. Like, why wouldn't you want to have a little bit of that stability in your life? You know, anytime things go bad, you're always going to have that ice cream to make you feel good. People don't even really want that anymore, don't really care to want that, or don't really try. Or if they do, it's rare. I hope it magically changes. I can't see it changing anytime soon, but I hope this world shakes up a little bit, because it's getting kind of sad. It is sad.
To many risks nowadays, to much invested time, invested to watch them walk away. It's not that we don't want that. We're just tired of being missed around. I don't try anymore at all. Been single and 0 dates in almost 13 years. Love is just something people say. I hear what you're saying, but I don't want to share my ice cream with 20 other guys. The thing is, men do try. They've tried so much, giving their time, effort, and emotions, to the point where they've been forced to stop trying. This whole dating scene for men has devolved into something that feels less about connection and more like an expensive, one-sided transaction. Men are expected to pour their hard-earned cash into women who often have multiple men on the side, keeping rosters as a norm. This behavior has become so normalized that it's completely turned men off from dating altogether. Many men now see dating as a losing game where their value is reduced to how much they can provide, while genuine reciprocity and emotional investment from women seem to take a back seat. And just to add to what she said, if she finds a man attractive, why can't she ask him out? The idea that men must always make the first move feels outdated in a world where equality is so heavily emphasized. If she's tired of being single, why not take the initiative?
We need to normalize saying that you just want a casual relationship, because here's the thing, here's the problem. So many people want the benefits of being in a relationship, but the freedom of being single. Like, newsflash, yes, there are a lot of benefits to having like a partner, but also there are downsides. You will have to compromise. You will sometimes have to go to restaurants that you don't want to go to, concerts that you have no interest in. That's just a part of it. You will overall have to do things that you wouldn't have to do if you were single. That's the problem these days. So many people want all of the benefits, but are not willing to hold up their end of the bargain. For those reasons, I think it is so much more respectable to say like, hey, I'm just looking for something casual right now. I am not ready to be in a relationship, than it is to say that you're ready to be in a relationship and actually not have the mindset of being in a relationship at all.
Sorry, I had to go to volleyball, but what I was saying that as I think we should commend people for being honest with themselves and other people that they are not ready to be in a relationship. And no, I'm not talking about myself. I myself am ready for something more serious. That being said, I would not judge someone for being upfront that they are not.
I think many women are already fully immersed in casual dating, and it's become so normalized that it's almost expected. And guess who's spending the money in these arrangements? Men. Men are often footing the bill in situationships and casual dating, investing their hard-earned money into relationships that are undefined and lack real commitment. Situationships and casual dating may seem convenient and exciting at first, but they are far from healthy. They lack clarity, purpose, and the emotional depth needed for true intimacy. That's why we see so many broken women crying on the internet, wondering what went wrong. They poured their time and emotions into these undefined relationships, only to realize they were never on the same page. Many of them confuse a situationship for an actual relationship, and by the time they realize the truth, they're left feeling used, betrayed, and deeply hurt.
Loneliness is something that's going to be afflicting a lot of people in 2024.
Yes.
So now more than ever before, it is important for you to affirm yourself and really double down on those relationships. Contrary to popular belief around like, 2024 is starting afresh. It's time to cut off friendships. No, sis, it's time for you to hold on and hang on tight to the dear friendships that you have, the sisters that you have in your life. Now is the time for you to make sure that you are good, right, and tight with those sisters, because it's those sisters that will carry you from the beginning of 2024 to the end of your lifetime. So please.
I just feel like this topic is not talked about enough, and I'm here to spread awareness because it needs to be talked about, and I don't know why these moms out here are not teaching their daughters this. Stop messing with older men. I don't care how well they make you feel. Like, oh, I see potential in you. Oh, you got your own car, your own house. I got my own car and my own house too. I've been looking for a female that's on their shit. Oh, you're only 21? And you already on your shit? See, you're good enough to date me, like you're on my level. No. These men are predators. They prey on fresh 18-year-olds because it's legal. They prey on 18 to 21-year-olds. They're predators, okay? It's just not illegal because the female are not underage. These men are not predators for sex. They're womanizers. These men are predators for a place to live, for a car. They don't see you as, oh, she's so pretty, let me build. No. They see you as, oh, let me see what she has. So let me see what I can benefit off from her. That's what they see. So when you 18 and your little boyfriend is 26 or 27 and you think you just balling because, oh, he pay all my... Wait. Give it 3 to 6 months. Wait. And all that shit gonna go out the window. And that's another thing. Y'all be so blind to the honeymoon stage. Y'all be so blind to that shit, bro. Do not let your guard down until at least 3 to 6 months. Never love a man more than he loves you. Ever. There's a simple saying that everybody knows. If a man wants to do it, he will. Don't get fooled. A man is gonna do everything and above and beyond for you when he first meets you. Stop being fooled. Moral of the story? Stop fucking with these older men thinking you're really doing something because you're not. You're a victim. They're looking at you as a predator. They don't love you. They don't care about you. They care about what you got, what they can turn you into. You're young. You can get manipulated easily. You're gullible. They don't see you as love. They see you as, what can I turn her into be? I want to make a puppet, a Barbie doll, a pawn for me.
If older men are labeled as predators for dating younger women, then it's only fair to acknowledge that younger women can sometimes be seen as predators for dating older men, particularly when they're preying on their money or stability. Here's the thing: relationships, especially those with significant age gaps, can be complex. While some older men genuinely seek companionship with younger women, there are situations where these younger women may be primarily interested in the financial benefits or lifestyle that these men can offer. The reality is, this kind of predatory behavior can go both ways. Men can be motivated by a desire for youth and beauty, while women can be motivated by financial security and the luxuries that come with an older partner's experience or resources. So if we're going to call older men predators in these situations, we also need to take a hard look at the younger women who are fully aware of the power they hold in these relationships and the financial benefits they stand to gain.